Please be seated. Except for you, Chad, you stand. Good morning. It's cold outside, huh? Yeah, we got snow in April. It's fantastic. Nobody expects that. This morning we got here about 8 o'clock, and we got here a lot earlier, and the clergy were all standing in a circle, and George said, "Who's preaching today?" And there was nobody that answered. And then Father Dion, being Father Dion, was like, he looked at me and was like, "Well, I guess that answers that question." There's a running joke that because I'm the only one that doesn't write sermons, that I never know what I'm preaching. I really wish that was a joke. But it kind of got me thinking about like expectations, because they expect that I'm just going to like get up here and preach, and that's what I do, right? And that's good. We have expectations in life, don't we? Every single person in this room has expectations. Is that correct? About something. Every single person in this room has expectations of another person too, whether we like it or not. Now, some call it judgment. Some call it just, remarking on a situation. Some call it Facebook. Whatever you want to call it, we all have expectations, and that's what I want to talk about today. I was up till about 3:30 this morning. I couldn't sleep because I kept thinking about something that has been rolling around in my mind, and after reading the gospel and really stewing with it, I was struggling with the fact of the question of love and whether or not I loved myself. I want you to be honest with me. Have you ever asked yourself, "Self, do I love me?" Serious question. Have you ever pondered that? Because I haven't, ever. And I came to the realization that I do not love myself as much as I should. Now, a lot of you are going to be like, "I think you love yourself plenty." But in reality, don't mix up and get twisted confidence for love, right? There's a difference. Loving yourself means that you think you're good enough, smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. But it also means that you can stand in your own skin without being afraid and without compensating, without being insecure, without needing to be somebody else. My problem is I desperately want everyone to like me. Yeah, I'm in the wrong profession. I wish we could laugh at that, but it's true. For that, I don't love myself as much as I want to, because I think I've always felt insecure about what I'm not. I look at other people and I see how they just kind of carry themselves. Like, for instance, I will never, nor am I currently as nice and will be as nice as that man right there, ever. I will never be as nice as George Justice, ever. He's just kind. He is naturally a wonderful human being. That's not to say I'm not. I just have a different wonderfulness about me. When I find it, I'll let you know. But George is just really kind. Father Dion has this ability to like compartmentalize and do all kinds of things, right? He works 50 hours a week. He is the dean of the Iona School of Ministry. Is that what it's called? In formation? Sure. And he's a priest of a church. He's also a father of 3 and a husband. How you're still a husband, I have no idea. But I admire that. That is amazing, the work that you put in, and you never complain. Like, I admire you for that. Gary has this ability to see people, right? So Gary can just look at you and he watches and he looks in. I can do that somewhat, but not to his level. I'm not that guy. I admire that. And then I got back to the question of loving myself. And I'm going to get somewhere, so stick with me. And I started realizing that I keep putting myself in other people's shoes, trying to be like them when I can only be like one person. Me. I can only be one person. How many people can you be? Who? Do you love yourself? Or are you constantly comparing yourself to somebody else? Do we compare ourselves to those who have more? Do we compare ourselves to those who have less? Do we love ourselves because we are able to stand comfortably and firm in our own beliefs without detracting from somebody else's? Are we able to do that? Quite frankly, the answer is no, a lot of the times. I have a feeling that quite a few of you, especially younger, are probably as insecure as I am, or maybe more, because we haven't gotten the world figured out yet. And I keep waiting for this magic age where I'll know everything, and I see some of you smiling. Yeah, good luck with that, Jan says. Jan, how old are you? Don't say it. 86, right? And Jan's telling me good luck, which means I have no hope whatsoever of even reaching 86. But I keep thinking about what it is to love oneself enough to stand and take compliments. I am the world's worst person with affirmation. Absolutely. Well, okay, we may have a tie, Father. I can't take a compliment to save my life. You give me a compliment, I'll be like, whatever, or it's him, or then I just walk off. I get weird about it. Affirmation, like, that was a really great sermon. The inside of me wants to go, what did you like about it? Let's talk about it. What was your favorite part? Do you have a quote? Did you write any notes? Because I have no idea what I just said. Right? Chapter and verse first. Yeah, like I'm just not good at it. And my wife is one of the most complimentary people in the world. She loves me and she says good things. And so my automatic response to her is, you say that because you have to. And she's like, no, I don't. I'm like, oh, you don't? I've been doing this wrong. So I started thinking about Judas, where Judas is in this story. Judas obviously does not love himself. Judas is seeking wealth from the plate, the collection plate, and he's taking it to line his pockets because Judas had an expectation of Jesus. And what was it? Jesus was going to come in, he was going to bring the sword, he was going to take down the Holy Roman Empire, and I guess it wasn't the Holy Roman Empire, I guess just Roman Empire, and he was going to supplant himself. That was Judas's dream, wasn't it? Yeah, we're not going to be whooped around anymore. You'll see, we're going to come, our team's going to win. And then Jesus comes and starts doing miracles, and he's nice to people, and he's eating with hookers and tax collectors. Told you I was going to say it. That's what Jesus is doing. Jesus is hanging out with the least, the lost, and the left out. He's being with all these lowly people, and Judas is like, what is happening? You were supposed to be the one to save us, right? Like, you're supposed to be the one that's coming in and doing all these things, and instead, you're letting this lady spend this expensive stuff that we could sell to fund our mission to go and, buy swords and stuff. What's wrong with you? And I think it's because Jesus didn't give him the expected version of the Messiah that everybody wanted. Your priest is not perfect. Neither of them. Sorry to break that to you. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to say things that make you mad. Sometimes. Maybe. Hopefully not. I'm going to push you. I'm going to say what I believe God has given me to say. Obviously, because I'm not writing this stuff down. But I'm also going to love you. I'm going to sit up till 3:30 in the morning and ask the question, do I love myself? And then I'm going to turn it on you and say, how much do I love them if I can't love myself? And that's where I really went, because I know how much I love you. And so I thought, maybe I do love myself, right? Maybe I really do. And then I thought, if we could just be able to sit in comfort of our own skin, knowing that we don't have all the answers, knowing that we don't need to have all the answers, and stop placing our expectations on other people about the way we want them to be and allow them to just be who they are, what a weird and wonderful world that would be. What a place where we don't have to want somebody to be different because we think that they should. Where we don't tell our children what they have to do. We let our children do the things that they are called to do. Where we don't look at somebody else across the aisle and say, you should have done this. And instead we say, we're glad for who you are. If we can quit looking to the past and saying what was wrong with this person or what was wrong with us, and instead be in the present and look to the future and know that we're with God and we're right where we're supposed to be, I think that's the greatest part of loving ourselves that we can do. I really do. We come to church when we can. We worship all the time, pray unceasingly. But we also realize that sometimes we're a little bit like Judas, aren't we? I don't want to be Judas. I want to follow Jesus. I want to listen to sermons that excite me and that challenge me and that make me want to do better. I want to read scripture that I have questions about, and then I want to ask them. And I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be afraid to show you that I drink scotch sometimes and that I say a few bad words. I do, and I do. But you know what? I'm always talking about Jesus. I don't want to be afraid to make mistakes because I do. And that's who I am. But I can guarantee you this: no priest is going to love you as much as I do. And you have my word on that. Again, no offense. Because you're mine and I'm yours. And I want to love myself simply because I want to love you more. And in doing that, we come together and we love God. That's how we honor God. There are two rules: love God, love your neighbor. But you can't do either if you don't love yourself. And so I'm going to work on that daily from here on out. I'm going to stop worrying about what the world says, and I'm going to start concentrating on what I think. And I'm going to listen to the people who are smarter than me, and I'm going to take their advice and either enact it or not. But what I hope from you is this: that you can do the same with each other. We're about to walk and march into Jerusalem together. We're about to be with Jesus as he rides the donkey. We're about to be with the crowds that wave the palms. What's your expectation going into Holy Week? What's your expectation for those nights? Whatever it is, let that be yours. Don't let anybody else tell you what it should be. This is your Holy Week. Love yourself enough to open up and be vulnerable to God. You'll be amazed at what follows. Amen.